Here we go, everybody. We're going to be identifying in this assignment slope and y-intercept. Words you probably heard, and we've already graphed equations that look like this. Of course, m and b were numbers. We made tables in the last two assignments. You multiplied the x number by the number that was there, then you added or subtracted this one. Well, not in this assignment, but soon we will be graphing without making tables. But we have to know what these numbers mean and how to use them. So it starts with what we do today. Okay, so fill in these notes a little bit. This arrow, let's just imagine, is pointing to the whole thing. This equation is in slope-intercept form, which is on the formula sheet for both the PSSA and the Keystone exam. Pretty big idea in Algebra 1. Okay, this arrow points just to the m. That represents the slope. And why did they choose m? Nobody knows. I looked it up. Lost in the history of math. This number over here is the y-intercept. Again, I don't know why b was the chosen letter. But basically, the slope tells us what the line does on the graph. How steep it is, if it goes up, goes down. This number out here, the y-intercept, just tells us where it cuts through the y-axis. But again, we're not really getting into the graphing today. Your job today is to identify slope and y-intercept. So, starts off pretty simple. Slope is just this number here, the coefficient of x. So in the case of this one, number 1 that is, the slope is 3. The y-intercept is this number out here on the end. That would be a 1. Now what if there was no number there? It just said y equals 3x. What do you think the y-intercept would be? Well, if you thought 0, you would be correct. Sometimes they look like that. I don't think they do on this assignment. Okay, well, moving over here to 2, as you can see, the slope is just this number here, negative 2/3. Now, whether you put the negative with the 2 or with the 3 or with the fraction bar doesn't matter, as long as it's there one time. It's all the same. And b, the y-intercept, is that 4. Okay, too easy, isn't it? Well, you try these two, and then look, something's going to change. Okay, so I'll give you a second to do these two. I imagine you pause the video and answer them, or you're just waiting for me. Okay, then. Either way, the slope is 1/2, the y-intercept is 5. Don't you wish the assignment was just 20 of these? The slope is 3. Now, careful here, the y-intercept is actually -7. And there's always someone who says, wait, doesn't that mean minus +7? Well, yes, it does. But minus +7 is the same as plus -7. So you always have to take my word for it. If you see that symbol on the left of the number, bring it over here. All right, so that's just if the equation's already in slope-intercept form. It's real easy to identify the slope and the intercept. The problem is, in many cases, it is not in that form. So what's different with 5, 6, actually 7 and 8 also? They don't read y equals. Okay, they're all in the same form though. X, so this is called standard form, something we need to know later in Algebra 1. I'm going to show you how to rearrange this so it looks like y equals. Okay, so it's in slope-intercept form. Now it's only 2 steps. Okay, so I can write the steps here. Step 1, cancel the y term, or the x term, sorry. I'll write the right thing down. You will, and I'll show you in a minute. Then 2, you will divide by the coefficient, I'm going to abbreviate that, the coefficient of y. If you're going, oh great, what's that mean? Well, I'm going to show you. So first, remember, there's the equal sign. We need that y all by itself. That means the x we have to get rid of, and that 2. It's 2 steps. See, 1, 2. The first step will get rid of the x. The second step will get rid of the 2. So one thing at a time. That's our equal sign. This is a little different than the solving we did earlier. See, we have an x and a y. We're just rearranging. So the first thing I'm going to do is cancel the x. If it's positive x, I'm going to do minus x over here, minus x over there. Okay, x minus x is 0. 1 is gone. That's the whole reason I did that. So the 2y just drops down by itself. Okay, now over here, you can write 4 minus x. That's not wrong. I'm not going to, though, because in slope-intercept form, the x is always first. So I'm going to put the negative x first, then write plus 4. Okay, I just wrote it in the form I think it should be in. That was step 1. Cancel the x term. You see step 2, divide by the coefficient of y, which is that 2. You have to divide everything by 2, all 3 parts. Okay, we're basically done. We just have to rewrite the answer. Right here, 2 divided by 2 is 1y. Oh, look, the magic words, y equals. Okay, so over here, I can't divide 2 into this negative 1, so I just rewrite it as negative x over 2. Just leave it. And over here, you should be able to divide that. 4 divided by 2 is positive 2. Okay, that's your answer. Now, we have to identify the slope. Well, wait, what in the world's the slope? There's no number there. Well, I can sneak a 1 in there. It's actually negative 1/2. Don't write x on there. People like to write x with the slope. Slope is a number, just a number. Okay, and b, the y-intercept, is that 2. Okay, this video I can tell is going to be a little bit long, but it's important that you can do this. It's a huge skill that you will need. All right, so we'll go do this one together, and I'll have you try the last 2. All right, I'll have them all worked out. I'll make the video a little shorter. So let's see. Follow our steps again. Cancel the x term. Now it says negative 4x. I do the opposite. Positive 4x. Okay, sorry about the crooked line. They're done. So I have 2y. Now over here, please don't add them. I see that mistake. Someone will write 14x. You cannot combine a 10 and a 4x. They are not like terms. I can zoom in a little. So I'm going to just write 4x plus 10. Now, second step, divide everything by 2, and conveniently 2 goes into all of those numbers. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. That's the slope-intercept form. The slope is the 2. The y-intercept is the 5. Okay, I'm going to pause this and have you try those 2, and I'll be ready with all the answers in a minute. Okay, you either, as usual, did them on your own or not. Well, anyway, if you did number 7, let's just go through this. Add 9x to both sides. That's gone. 3y's all by itself. See over here, just write 9x. Oh, we have an announcement to hear.
Officer Eagle, please report to the main office. Officer Eagle, please report to the main office.
I never got interrupted before on an online recording here. Well, anyway, so now divide everything by 3. 3 went into everything. Sometimes they do, sometimes they won't. There, I'm done. My slope is 3, my y-intercept is 5. If we go over to number 8, slide that over. Cancel the x term. Notice it's negative 3x over here. Just write these in reverse order. Negative 3x plus 8. Divide everything by 4. Now look, 4 will not go into the negative 3, so just write it as a fraction. Don't make these decimals and improper or mixed numbers, none of that. Just leave it the way it is, and you'll appreciate that when it's time to graph. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. And there you have it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what the assignment looks like. It's not real long, but you will definitely get some practice. So there are 10 of them. This box is kind of unnecessary. That's the problem. I just rewrote it for you. You must show work here like I did in the notes. And then you just identify slope and y-intercept. Okay, so please show work so I don't have to message you and say, hey, you're not getting credit for that. You didn't show any work. Okay, I send a lot of messages like that. So there are 4 on this page, and there are 6 on this page. The good thing is, everyone, they're all the same. There's an X, there's a Y, there's an equal sign, and a number. Later, we're going to see these all scrambled up. You're going to have the Y will be here, the X will be there, the number here. They're going to be all scrambled. But I made these all look the same for consistency's sake. So I have to shut this down before it hits 10 minutes. I don't think I've ever gone over 10 minutes. Okay, but as usual, let me know if you have any questions. See ya.